Hi everyone, welcome to the Heartrimony. My name is Janoka and this is my husband Anthony, for those that's never been here before. And this is where we discuss family, fitness, and finances. The fitness we haven't done in a little bit, but no shade.
A little bit. So we wanted to outline our debt journey. We just completed and paid off $114,151. So we are completely debt free.
Completely. That means nothing.
No mortgage yet, so that'll be next.
Oh yeah. So how did we start? 2017, January 2017 is how we started. My New Year's resolution was to decrease our debt and to travel more.
She wanted to travel a lot more. All
in 1 year. And then somehow, he's read Dave Ramsey's book before. I read a little bit. Sorry, Dad. Like 5 years ago, but somehow you picked up Dave Ramsey again.
Yeah, I'm a huge Dave Ramsey fan.
But how did you pick it up again? That's the question. January 2017.
So our goal was to pay off more debt, and his book was probably just laying around.
Okay.
Probably as one of our coffee table legs.
And so he picked it up, started listening to the podcast, and became obsessed.
Yes.
I call it obsessed. It's obsession. All day, every single episode. I think Dave Ramsey, I don't know how many episodes
he does. 3 episodes a day. Each episode is about 45 minutes, and I listen to at least 3 episodes on the way. So 1 on the way to work, 1 coming home from work, and
work
one
doesn't
probably
take 45 minutes to get to, but
and probably 1 in the gym. I don't know, but it kind of put us on the path to debt freedom.
And then Valentine's Day, I gave him as a gift, well, it was for both of us, Financial Peace University, which is Dave Ramsey's class that people run. It's a 9-week program.
It's a 9-week course. You go to the class once a week for an hour, and he teaches you all the baby steps.
Right. So that was a good class. Only thing about it was that since he was such a fanatic, he kind of knew more of it than the people in the course. So it kind of felt a bit repetitive, but it still was good, just to bounce ideas off of everyone. So I would definitely recommend it. I enjoyed it.
And the thing about the class that she mentioned is it's a bunch of people in the class on different ranges. People just graduating school. You got people who are kind of close to getting out of debt. People retirement. People who just got married. So like I said, bouncing ideas off and then just being in the class with people who were like-minded as yourself.
So when we started, we didn't have a goal. We didn't really set a goal as to when we were going to pay it off. It just was a matter of that we were going to pay off our debt. I mean, I don't know. We didn't say anything specific. No.
At that point, we didn't.
At that point, we didn't. And then we started in regards to Dave Ramsey, let me explain. I am not a fanatic of him. I mean, he's fine to me, but
he's great.
I agree with certain things. I don't agree with other things. First thing he has something like save $1,000. Only have $1,000 in the emergency fund. I wasn't down for that, so we did not do that. But about a month ago, I was talking to my best friend and wondering if an emergency did happen between then, January 2017, and now, what would it have been? And did I need all that money that we kept in our emergency fund? The answer was no.
So our largest emergency during that time was me getting tires because my tires were run down, and that came up to like $900 for a couple tires and an oil change and something else. But that wasn't an emergency. My tires would have lasted. So throughout the 2 years, we haven't had a single emergency.
Thank God.
Thank God. But
looking back, our biggest emergency probably would have been, okay, a car issue or something happened with Blue, our dog, or if we needed a ticket to go to New York because something happened with our family members.
Yeah. So $1,000 would have worked for us, but we just wanted to be on the safe side. So you take that step as you want it. If you want to have 1,000, you want to have 2, 3. The point of the point of the small emergency fund is not to keep you there for a long period of time.
Yeah.
You take the $1,000. All right, now you know. All right, I only have $1,000, so I can't. If I lose my job over the course of this next year, his plan is supposed to get you out of debt within 2 years. So if you're taking that emergency fund and you're keeping that 3, 4, 5 years, you are not following the plan.
No shit. Okay, whatever. So that was like the biggest thing we had to decide on. Other than that, we are both on board. Which meant not using credit cards. I know you gain points and all that. We didn't use any credit cards.
No credit cards.
What else happened? Well, my car died out, and so we didn't buy a new car. We just was trying to figure out if we would just do like Uber, and then we ended up using like a friend's car, so that worked out. What else happened? Throughout the time, I think the biggest thing was kind of figuring out what is a necessity versus a want, mainly for me.
Needs versus wants.
Yeah, because Tony was one of those people that he was on track. He was like, we're going for it. That's it. It don't matter to me. I was more like, I need to enjoy my life along this way. If it takes me 4 months more, then that's fine. Like, I didn't feel like there was a big rush. So I did have a few trips in between.
So what was your biggest challenge while going through this debt challenge, I guess? Debt deletion.
Ours or mine?
Ours. You're talking about us.
Oh, well, we have different opinions sometimes. Together, I don't know. What would you say?
I would probably say deciding if we're gonna not have you travel or putting more money towards that.
Oh yeah, trips. Yeah, trips was the biggest thing, which I ended up going on them, but it still was. And then at some point, we were doing, I'll get into it. We work at Equinox, so our side hustles helped to pay for the trips essentially. So it didn't feel like it necessarily was coming from our income, even though it was kind of. And so his thing was just like, if you didn't go on these trips, we could pay this off 2 months in advance. And I was just more like, I don't really care. Like, I don't feel like that's such a big thing. I'd rather spend, these moments with friends and family than pay off my debt 2 months earlier. Nobody's right or wrong. It's just, I think, preference, right?
And what allowed us to kind of get out of that debt faster, like you said, side hustles helped you pay for your numerous trips. And side hustles helped us pay off this massive amount of debt a lot sooner.
Right.
I think over the last 2 years, we gained, I think, almost $20,000 in income just from side hustles, and we did a bunch of side hustles. August 2017, we started to do Rover. For those that don't know what Rover is, it's like a Airbnb for dogs. Instead of you taking your dog to like a kennel or a PetSmart, you leave it with a family, you know. I work at home, so I have a dog, and he was kind of shy, so it was another thing for him. So we started watching dogs. Our first dog stayed for a month. Yeah, first dog stayed for a month.
She was like 18 years old and stayed for a month. And then...
But that was a good $400 or $500
right.
watching that. And that dog was low maintenance. It just slept most of the time.
Right. And with Rover, you can put limits as to like dog size, make sure they're kennel trained, all that. So we started that August 2017, right? Yes.
And we've completed over 80, I think 70 bookings to date. So
right.
Doesn't mean we watched 70 dogs, but we completed over 70 bookings.
Because we have a lot of reoccurring. When did we start Turo?
Turo is a peer-to-peer car lending service. I think we started at probably around the same time. And that was a major side hustle for us. It allowed us to pay off my car in a year. And that was bringing in about $700 a month of passive income. The person would come, pick up the car, ride it around wherever they want to go, and drop it off. Sometimes they had to do airport drop-offs, but that was a major side hustle. But it was also hard to do because
it was new car.
It was my new car. I was giving up my baby. So giving up my car for, sometimes a couple days, one time a week at a time was a little hard. But we also had another car that allowed us to get around.
Before my God.
Yeah.
And then once we paid off his car, he was like, once we pay off my car, we're not doing that anymore, which is fine. So we stopped doing that. We picked up Equinox. You started working at Equinox May 2017.
Yeah, so I started working at Equinox and as one of the maintenance people. And that turned into that was becoming a side hustle of its own because I was meeting people there, and it became less of me doing maintenance. It was more of me kind of helping the manager manage his team. So I was helping him with the schedule. I was helping him with coordinating meetings. I was helping him with a bunch of other stuff. And
then also when you started, he was working Wednesday to Sunday.
Yeah, I was working. I was working a lot. So I would work 7 to 4 at my career job and work at Equinox 5 to 10, 4 or 5 days a week. And that was just draining. And then there was another, I was asked, Janoka wasn't working at that time
No, I had a full-time job. I didn't have any side hustles.
She didn't have any side hustles.
And I wanted to, I don't know, I was like, I want to work front desk. And he's like, they don't have any available positions. I'm like, okay. So then he spoke to the manager, and they did, actually. So I started working at Equinox August 2017. Tony died out like January 2018.
Yeah,
he hasn't been.
It was intense. It was like a short. I did that one like a sprint. I was like, all right, let's get as much money as we can in a short period of time. And
right,
I was just drained. I was I was not myself. I wasn't working out as much. I was losing weight. It was a lot.
Well, because he was working Wednesday to Sunday. That's not a side hustle.
It was intense.
Yeah, it's like a full time.
But that was a short term, you know, loss for a long term gain.
Right. So then, Toro ended. Rover's still going. Equinox is going. I started Equinox. I was doing, I don't know, 3 shifts a week, 3 to 4 shifts a week. Because I had open availability. I'm like, fine, I'm not doing anything else. I work at home full time, so this gives me time to socialize and a free gym. Equinox, it's very nice. So I'm like, sure, I'll do it. And then I've been doing it since August 2017. I haven't stopped. I've actually became the manager on duty there.
You became a manager at Equinox.
Yeah, I'm a manager at Equinox. And then...
And a manager at your career.
And then I became a manager at Equinox like May of 2018, and then a manager at my full-time company July of 2018.
It goes on the resume. I'm a manager at Equinox. That's major keys.
And then in May, I started private practice, which just means like I'm a therapist, essentially. People don't know what private practice means. And I do that 3 days a week.
Yep.
So after work on Monday, Thursday, and like 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday, I do therapy. Yep. Along with having my full-time job, along with the Rover, along with Equinox in between. It is a lot. And all my friends are like, you guys are a Jamaican couple. I get it.
And the thing about that is I never realized what that meant. I just always I knew that meant being a West Indian. People are known to work a lot, not just Jamaicans. But I didn't really see myself as that person. Growing up, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to work a job and that's it. But during this journey, it was like, well, we have this time outside of our job and you're kind of limited. Excuse me. Allergy season a little bit or a cold, whatever. But you have all this time outside of work and you're limited by how much your boss or manager can tell you can make. But outside of work, you have all this free time. And what are you doing with that time? Which made us realize, all right, we have a goal. Let's use that time to kind of get to what our short-term goal is, which is getting out of debt. And
it's not like, I wouldn't say my family works multiple jobs. My mother's a teacher. That's just her job. My dad works at the hospital. That's his job. They really don't have other hustles. But I don't know. We just picked it up and we've been running with it. I know people are like, well, how do you have time for yourself? Like some certain days I just don't work, like Fridays. I mean, I have my full-time job, but after work I don't work. And at Equinox, it's like 4 or 5 hour shifts, so it's not that bad. I still have the nighttime and stuff like that. Now that we've paid off debt, like some things are going to have to slow down. It's just hard because private practice is not just a side gig, it's part of my career.
Yep.
And Equinox, I actually enjoy just being there. I mean, and I could just do that like 2 shifts a week. So we're working on that, cutting that down. But we did skip that in November of 2017, we started a cleaning company.
Yes, we started Maids to Match Cleaning Services in Dallas, Texas. To date, we've serviced over 400 clients in the Dallas area. No, we do not clean houses. This could be a video in its own of how we run this cleaning business.
That's a different video. I agree.
That'll be a long-term video, but it's been really good. We've been doing it. We have some great people working with us, and they're able to earn almost a full-time income. We find the jobs for them. We do a lot of online marketing. Right. And these are people who just kind of, just need extra jobs, and we find the jobs and we kind of take a cut from it. But it's been working out very well.
Yeah, so that was something else that we started. But that hasn't necessarily contributed to our debt because we just kind of keep the money in there and keep like
reinvesting
it, really. But that really has been our journey. So if we were the couple, or if I was like Tony, that once we decided what we're doing, we went straight forward and just didn't do anything, we definitely could have paid it off quicker. Because we did something last year, April, we went to DC, and then like I had a trip this year, blah, blah, going back and forth to New York. It all adds up.
We went to Atlanta for a week.
Yeah, family reunion, Trinidad, thousands of dollars. So we could have done it quicker, and we did keep a substantial amount in our emergency fund. And like I said, that probably wasn't necessary, but we could have did it quicker. But I think we did great. I have no regrets, really. Now it's kind of just like, what do we do now?
So, I mean, what's the next, now that we kept all that money in our savings, so the next steps would be the emergency fund.
Yeah. So just, you know, make sure our emergency fund. We want to do 6 months for us. 6 months is fine. You know, we're comfortable in our positions and we're not really worried about losing it, but there's other things that can happen health-wise, blah, blah, blah. So 6 months is what we're going for, which we will have it replenish by the end of this month, December.
Hopefully by the end of this video, or when this video comes out.
And then we were trying to figure out, like when we first moved down here, I was just like, yeah, we're going to get a house. It is what it is. Over the past few years, I've been like, just because of responsibility, I've just been like, I don't know if I want that right now. So
the house hasn't been the main focus yet, but it will be in the immediate future.
Yeah, we decided that we will go, you know, that is the route we would like to go. So we'll start saving for that. A baby fund. No kids. We do not have a baby. And some people may not know, we did say like once I turn 30, that would be perfect age. And then like 2 months before turning 30, we were like, we're about to get out of debt. Why get into more debt? You know, I know kids are a blessing. Doesn't take it away.
Is a baby debt?
I mean, it's not debt, but it's a lot of coins. So we got to save up for that. We want to plan to save up for that. So just not right at this moment as we thought. Like we figured like, okay, 30, now's the time. But we'll figure that out. And then we'll travel.
A little bit of traveling. So one thing when we paid off the debt, I thought it was going to be like this magnificent feeling. What did we do that night we hit submit?
Okay was here. Shout out to you, girl. And
family.
We had champagne and we were going to Houston that weekend to celebrate my birthday. So
30th birthday.
Woo-hoo. Yeah, I'm getting old. Okay, no disrespect to anybody, please. It just feels old to me. Let me see. We had champagne and that was it. And we were like, we paid it. We did it.
It didn't feel as liberating as I thought it would. I guess because we still have responsibilities. And after you pay off the debt, like, all right, I'm going to spend all this money. But it's like, wait, you can't spend all this money because you still want to stay on a plan that got you here. So you can't just jump off the boat into the water. You got to have some sort of floating device if you can't swim. That helps a little bit.
We did plan on, when we finished that, we would allow ourselves to buy whatever we wanted to buy. I mean, not like, okay, a car, not like that, but like a little gift to just celebrate. And it's been pushed back.
A no questions asked.
It's been pushed back.
No questions asked gift, but I started asking questions.
And so it's been pushed back until the emergency fund is, you know, fully full. So it's not getting pushed back again. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else we're doing. That's it. We're just like saving now, emergency fund, house, baby fund, traveling more. And that's really it.
And I mean, during this journey, we've been trying to help people kind of understand some of the trials and tribulations we had, things we learned along the journey.
Yeah.
We had a lot of questions about, you know, how we're managing, how we're budgeting. It's become a part of our lives and our friends' lives. I think our journey has helped inspire other people who are close to us.
Right.
And we want to keep that journey going. Started this vlog, obviously, to help people along. These are some of the video stuff. I started a blog, a personal blog, Mr. Delete the Debt. It came along with this challenge I started, Delete the Debt Challenge, which kind of helps people get out of debt. So far to date, we helped people pay off for close to $160,000 in debt in about 20 weeks total time. And that's been just some of the ways we've been trying to give back. Maybe in 2019, we might try to teach Financial Peace, which is Dave Ramsey's class, to kind of help give back to people who gave their time to help us get to this point.
Right.
So we want to give back not just our financial resources, but also giving back a little bit more time to people.
And then, like you mentioned, budgeting has been a big thing for us. I mean, if we didn't like learn to budget, I don't know that we would be here. And I think for budgeting, what it helped us to do really is that realize, okay, we have this certain amount of money. What are we doing with this money? What are we doing with this money? Like, you know, like, okay, I make this amount a month, but then when we actually see like, wait, we have all this money left over, where was it going? I don't know, at a bar, a brunch, maybe. So that money, just being able to put your money where you want it to, I think that's what really helped us to see like, okay, we can actually do this. We can increase our student loan payment. We can do this. We can do that. So that was helpful. Of course, dual income helps. Of course, like more money, it's helpful. But at the same time, just because you're making more money doesn't mean that you will contribute more. It really depends on your mindset, I feel.
Yeah.
Because, you know, more money, more expensive, your lifestyle changes, things like that. So I wouldn't just say because you have more money, you're just able to pay it. Able to pay it quicker. Yes, I would agree with that. And the amount, yes, I would agree with. But, you know, some people just say, well, duh, because you make this amount of money. And that's not necessarily true. Blue is trying to make a debut. But
Blue, get in the video.
No, he can't be seen. Anything else though?
Yeah, the dual income helps. I don't like talking about that topic because I have mixed feelings about it.
Okay.
But the budget just tells you where it allows you to spend as you see fit. It doesn't necessarily add. Blue. He's like all in the video. It's hard to focus. But yeah, the budget was a major contributor. We're definitely going to keep that going. That's part of our lifestyle now. Every month we spend time, you know, that right before the month starts in our family meeting where we just talk about budgeting and just family goals and things like that.
So that has been our journey.
$114,151,000 done in 23 months. Yes. Less than 2 years. The goal was 2 years, which was her 30th birthday. We finished that a week before her 30th birthday. Yeah. So
thank you for listening. If you have any questions, please feel free to shout us out. Reach out to us. Sorry.
The Hartrimony on Instagram, HARTRIMONY, The Hartrimony.
On Facebook too, and on Twitter. And happy holidays. Thank you.
Make sure you guys subscribe, share, retweet, show love. We appreciate it.
Like all of the above.
Peace.
Bye.